Hi friends and welcome back to another video. Today in this video we are going to look at the indexing in our Numpy arrays. Indexing in Numpy arrays works the same way like how indexing in lists work. So indexing are used to retrieve a specific element from our array. So let's get started. So firstly let's start with 1D arrays. Let me create a variable a and np.arange in which I am taking the values from 1 to 10, and here is our array a. Now let's say I want the value 3. So in order to do that, we will take our array a first, and then in a square brackets we will pass in the index of our element 3. So the index of our element 3 is 0, 1 and 2. So I will pass 2 here, and here we got our element 3. And now let's say you want to get multiple elements. So multiple elements at random positions. So in order to do that, we will call our array a first and a square brackets inside a square brackets, and then we will pass the elements what we want. Now let's say we want the values 5 and 7. So the index for 5 is 4 and the index for 7 is 6, and when we run it we will get an array in which we have the elements 5 and 7. And now let's look at the indexing for 2D arrays. So let's use our random module to create a 2D array. If you haven't watched the videos on random modules, do check it out. So let me create a variable b and np.random.randint, and now let's say I need the values from 1 to 100 and I want the array shape to be 3, 4. And when I check for my array b, and here I got it. Now let's say I want to take up the element 58. So in order to do that, I will call my array b first, and then I will create two separate lists, and where the first list is resemble for the row and the second list is resembling for my columns. So I need the value 58. In order to retrieve the value 58, I will pass the index of its row first. As it is present in the second row, its index is 1. And as the number 58 is present in the third column, the column's index is 2, and so I will pass 2 here, and when we run it, I got my value 58. Now let's say I want multiple values again. So primarily I will call my array b, and then in a list I will create two lists inside that particular list. So where the first pair of square braces is for my rows and the second one is for my columns. And now let's say I want the values 58 and 47. So by the previous example, 58 is present in our second row, so its index is 1, and 47 is present in the third row, so its index is 2, and again 58 is present in the third column, so its index is 2, and 47 is in the first column and its index is 0, and when we run it, here I got our values 58 and 47. And now let's create a 3D array. So I will use our random module again, np.random.randint, and in which I will take the values from 1 to 100, and I will create an array of shape 3, 4, 5. And here is my array c. And now let's retrieve the value 38. So I will call my array c first and then create 3 separate list, and the first one is for in which set of array my element is present, and the second one is for the row where it is present, and the third one is for the column it is present. So primarily my value 38 is present in the second array, and so its index is 1. It is present in the third row, so its index is 2, and in the second column, so its index is 1. And when we run it, I got the value 38. And now let's retrieve multiple values. So in order to do that, we will call our array C, and then we will create 3 separate square brackets inside our list. And now let's say I want the values 77, 52 and 5. So the value 77 is present in the first set of array, so its index is 0, and 52 in the second, so its index is 1, and 5 is present in the third array, so its index is 2. And next let's go for the rows. It is present in the third row, so its index is 2. 52 is also present in the third row, so its index is 2, and also our 5. Finally, let's move on to our columns. So 77 is in the third column, so its index is 2. 52 is in the first column, so index 0. 5 is present in the third column, so its index is 2. And when we run, here our got our values, that is 77, 52 and 5. And yeah, that's all for today in this video. And in this video we looked at how to index our values and how to retrieve our values from our arrays. Thanks for watching, and let's meet in the next video.